What's up, fighters? Hank here, coming at you with a little bit of a longsword warm-up. This is just a general warm-up I like to do to kind of start out any of my longsword practice. It's usually not all of the warm-up I do. It's just going to be part of it. This is just how I like to kind of start out any general warm-up I do for myself or even for my classes. So starting out, we're just going to bring our sword out in front of us. We want to make sure that our shoulder blade is pulled in towards our spine. We're keeping our back nice and tight. We have a good grip here with the tip up, and then we're just going to dip that tip forward and bring it back up. Forward and back up. We're looking to kind of warm up our forearm right here, get our back going a little bit, just nice and controlled, good and easy. Tip forward, tip up. I'll do this anywhere from 10 to 25 times. Just dip forward, dip up. All right, following that, we're going to start out that same way. Make sure that shoulder blade's pulled in nice and tight. And then we just want to bring our tip across the center here so it's parallel to the ground. And then we're going to rotate it out to the other side and then back in. We want this movement coming from the back of the shoulder. We don't want to be feeling it up front or in our elbow. We want that movement coming from our back. Keep that shoulder blade pulled in nice and tight while you rotate that tip side to side. Keeping a good supple grip here. We're not squeezing too hard. We don't want our hand getting tired. And again, I do this anywhere 10, 25 times. Sometimes I like to get a little weird with it. I'll bring my hand out to the side and then bring that tip forward and back. There we go. And again, keep it all behind the shoulder. Cool. Following that up, I like to work on rotations. So I like to keep my elbow nice and tight here. Again, squeeze that shoulder blade in. And then we're just going to rotate that sword forward. I like to try to get a full wind with my hand, turning the handle, rotating the sword as I bring it around. Just be careful when you're doing this. You don't want your cross guard jamming into your forearm. You learn pretty quickly to avoid doing that. It's not very comfortable. You want your wrist nice and loose here. We're looking to warm that up. You don't want to keep a good tight grip on the sword, so we're not gripping and then bringing it around that way. You don't want your elbow going crazy. Get a nice good rotation here with the hand. Usually I'll do this 25 times forward, and then we're going to reverse it and come under, and I'll do this about 25 times as well. And then the same thing, try to get a full turn here with your hand. Really work on loosening those fingers up and rolling them around the handle here and getting a good feel for how to turn that handle with your fingers. Keep that nice kind of supple yet loose grip, using your fingers to kind of control that sword rather than gripping really hard and keeping it all kind of in your wrist and your forearms. And then kind of the last little exercise I like to do for my general warm-up is a long point through a Hangen drill. And this, you can do it a couple ways. You can keep it kind of more specific towards how you drill. We're really trying to pop it up. Or you can keep it kind of nice and loose, especially starting out. Really work on getting those arms around, getting those shoulder blades moving, and loosening up your back. If you're a little bit older like me, or if you've just been sitting around for a bit and you need to loosen up that back, going through these long point hanging to kind of just get that back loosened up, those shoulder blades going is really nice. And I like to do this to both sides. You can switch the feet up if you'd like as well. Oh, just bringing those arms up and around, getting those hands high. Oh, and I'll do this 10 to 25 times to each side, depending on how I'm feeling. So we're just getting those hands up nice and high. Your bottom hand, that palm, is turning out. We're driving in between our thumb and our pointer finger, straight up. Again, you don't want to keep that grip. You don't want to kind of kick our shoulder in there. Keeping that loose grip. Nice, good structure there. And then around, back to long point. Rotate up, drive up, around to long point. Cool, so that's kind of the last exercise I do with my just little general warm-up. Depending on what I'm working on for the day, either for myself or for my class, I'll do more of an offensive warm-up, more of a defensive warm-up. We might just move on, kind of do a lot more footwork depending on what the goal is for the day, what we're looking to accomplish. These are just a few exercises I like to start out with my warm-ups. So one other general kind of little warm-up I'll do is I'm just focusing on kind of Meisterhau. I just need a general warm-up, kind of get me going. One of the things I like to do is I call them just like a half Meisterhau. We're just looking on getting our cross guard out in front of us. So you're taking that good Vom Tog guard and you're looking on just kind of popping your cross guard out and then snapping it back. I'll do this about 25 times. Just kind of prime that first movement for the Meisterhau and get those muscles going kind of in my arms, my shoulders, my upper back. Get them ready. So let's do this about 25 times. You're just bringing it out a little bit in front of you, snapping it back. Little out, snap back. And then following that, I'll just go through the Meisterhau. So there's 5 of them. I'll go through the Zorn, Shields, Work, Scheitel, and Krumpau. Or I might just focus on a few of them depending on how I'm feeling. But generally, I start out, the first 5 are just nice and slow. Just working on getting that good technique down, making sure I'm keeping my shoulders pulled back. I'm getting that step with it. So those first 5, I'm just going through the technique nice and easy, not really looking on putting any power behind it. And then as I get into it, I'll speed it up. I'll start to kind of add more power, more intensity. I'll add the footwork in there. Sometimes I'll add like a follow-up attack, maybe a thrust, and then even ending, boom, with the defense and going through a full move. But I'll just do about 25, usually about 25 of those before I move into any drills or combos. And that's just a little kind of Meisterhau warm-up that I'll do after that general warm-up if I just need to kind of get into technique work and start getting things going. Cool, thank you. Hopefully that helped. Any questions or anything, just let me know.